සැත්කම් සඳහා ස්ථාවර අවමගාස්තු දැන් නවලෝකෙන් අමතන්න 0.71
Lanka reported 439 cases of COVID-19 yesterday. It comes as no surprise that Colombo yet again topped the highest number of cases by district with 160 infections. From the 12 districts where coronavirus cases were reported yesterday, Gampaha notched up 71 infections, while Kaluthara reported 21. Of the 21 infections identified from the Kaluthara district, 17 are confirmed from the area of Atulugama in Bandaragama. Those infections were detected through random PCR tests conducted in 7 Grama Niladhari divisions in Atulugama. The random tests were conducted due to 4 employees of a factory in Horana who tested positive for the virus, being residents of the area. In such a backdrop, a decision was made to isolate 8 Grama Niladhari divisions in Atulugama. As for the rest of the infections confirmed yesterday, 10 cases each were recorded from Gaul and Kandy, 4 from Nuwara, 3 from Kurunagala, while 2 each were confirmed from Anuradhapura and Mathura. The districts of Putlam, Batiklo and Hambantota meanwhile reported 1 case each. 4 infected foreign nationals are also among yesterday's tally of cases. What's more, 36 police officers too are among the infections confirmed yesterday. This puts the total number of infected police personnel at 822. 224 persons among them are personnel of the Police Special Task Force. In the meantime, 74 new infections were confirmed from several prisons yesterday. Prisons of Valikada, Colombo, Busa, Angunakala Palasa and Old Bogambara are among them. Meanwhile, today 13 inmates and 2 prison officials of the Kuruvita prison were confirmed with COVID-19. They are referred to the treatment centre in the area of Gallal in Polonnaruwa. With that, the total number of infections emerging from prisons is 629.
We have observed that there are several clusters appearing, for example, in the police, then the prisons and in some other places. So if one or more people are infected and come into this type of setting, it can very fast spread and we can observe large number of cases. So in order to avoid this, we have to maintain standard health measures. We have to maintain even within the institution throughout. And also if somebody develops cough and cold, fever like symptoms, they should be isolated immediately and also should seek medical care or should send to home for resting. And also if somebody has developed these COVID-19 like symptoms, they should not attend to work. If these practices are adhered to, then that we can say confidently that outbreaks of COVID-19 in institutions can be prevented. And also we should keep in mind the schools are also can taken as such institutions, and some schools will be starting by Monday, and all the people involved in this teaching process should take the responsibility to maintain these health standards in the institutions and the schools. All the people who are getting the services or providing services at these economic centers and also the main market should keep in mind and should practice health guidelines to prevent that it is being spread in other places.
In the meantime, rapid antigen tests conducted on 50 people in the area of Maligavatta have confirmed 14 infections.
The people who have got negative reports from this rapid antigen test were done PCRs and sent to laboratories to check their status on COVID-19. Also, we have done 1,000 PCR tests today in Modara, Mattakkuliya, Jintupitiya, Boralla, Kurulapana, Vallavatta and Maligavatta areas. Yesterday, we have conducted 1,500 tests in the whole city of Colombo, and we have identified 120 patients yesterday. Today's people who have undergone rapid antigen tests and PCR tests will be evacuated tomorrow to the hospitals after the reports are received.
In other developments, the central bank announced that one of its employees have contracted COVID-19. Releasing a statement, the CBSL says that all necessary measures to prevent contagion have been implemented, including the tracing of close contacts and arranging PCR testing for possible contacts. It says that all the tests conducted on employees thus far have returned negative results. In conclusion, the central bank informs the public and the financial markets that the essential operations will continue as usual. In more developments, the woman who escaped from the infectious diseases hospital and fled to Ahaliagoda along with her child is yet to be located. Her child, however, was found yesterday while in the care of the relatives. The woman in question had visited her house as well as a relative's residence in the area of Ahaliyagoda, which resulted in 12 members of both houses being placed in self-isolation. The driver of a three-wheeler she travelled in and also the driver and the conductor of the bus she took were also placed under quarantine. Police say that measures are taken to identify the rest of the passengers of the bus. Search operations meanwhile were launched in the area of Hindurangala in Ahaliyagoda today, following reports that the escaped woman is in the area. The woman in question was admitted to the IDH hospital after she tested positive for the virus while in prison over charges relating to drug offences. She had used the fan light at the ward she was at as her escape route while being under remand custody. In the meantime, the total number of deaths caused by the coronavirus in the country rose to 74, with the passing of a 70-year-old resident of Colombo too last night. The immediate cause of his death was identified as a heart condition exacerbated by COVID-19. In a separate development, a 65-year-old deceased man has tested positive for COVID-19. He was found dead near the Mahava railway station in Kurunagala on the 19th and was taken to the Kurunagala Teaching Hospital for the post-mortem. Though he tested positive for COVID-19 during the post-mortem, it is not considered as a COVID-19 death. The victim's final rites were performed at the Kurunagala Municipal Council crematorium in accordance with quarantine regulations. In another development, residents of the isolated area of Modara staged a protest today, accusing the government of failing to implement a program which gives them access to food items. With the 257 new infections reported today, the total number of COVID-19 cases reported in Sri Lanka ever since the virus first broke out in March increased to 19,537. From that figure, 13,590 patients have completely recovered, leaving only 5,873 patients under treatment.